There's some problem in this. Just check whether the YouTube is working properly. Gauri. No, here I'm asking you to set this. Get up and please set this. Just see whether it is working. Okay. Don't touch that. Okay. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। So all very happy New Year to all of you all. And yeah, we are meeting after 2 months. So just to confirm that this is Bhagavad Gita detailed shloka class. Okay, and we have completed 9 chapters and the 10th chapter is to start. The 10th chapter we had given an initial introduction on Vidyarambham. Okay, the day when Dasara was there, that day there was a introduction given. Nevertheless, we will see the whole thing again. Yeah. So hopefully, slowly want you all to connect back to 2 months before and then get aligned with the classes. So this class will be more like a warm-up, getting back into the session and slowly introducing. Right. So we will start with the chanting of the 9th chapter, followed by few shlokas of the 10th chapter, and somewhere while chanting, some shlokas, some words will start ringing some bell, and that's where the connection starts. Okay, right. So let us start the 9th chapter. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्। राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम् प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्। अश्रद्धदानाः पुरुषाः Dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyaman mrityu samsara vartmani. Maya, from here the actual teaching starts. Till now it was just the opening introduction, mahima of this particular knowledge. Maya tadamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachahanteshvavastitaha nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutabhrinna cha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavanaha yatha kashasthito nityam vayus sarvatra gomahan tatha sarvani bhutani matsthani tyupadharaya sarva bhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau visrajamyaham prakritim swamavashtabhyaha visrajami punah punaha bhutagramamimam kritsnam avasham prakritervashat nacha mantani karmani nibadhnanti dhananjaya udasinavadasinam asaktanteshu karmasu mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadviparivartate avajananti mam moodhaah manushin tanumashritam param bhavamajanantah mama bhutamaheshwaram. Okay, so till here, till the 10th shloka, Bhagavan has given that Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam knowledge completely. Okay, says Maya tadamidam sarvam jagadav vyaktamurtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachahanteshu avasthitaha. Okay, nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram. So I am that one on which the whole universe is established now. Matsthani sarva bhutani. Everything belongs to me and I do not belong to anyone. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram. And he gives an example. Yata akashaha sthitaha nityam. That akashaha, which is nitya vastu, is not dependent on everything. And Vayu sarvatra go mahan. And on that nitya vastu, the Vayu is completely moving around. Same way on me being established, this Prakriti will start unfolding and manifesting into different things. Okay. Tatha sarvani bhutani matsthani upadharaya. Matsthani iti upadharaya. So very explicitly he is giving an example and he is explaining that although I am that, that Manigana Iva, I am that inner thread which holds all the money, I am not visible outside. But if I am not there, these monies will not be there. So my existence is not visible. But from the manifestation, you have to understand and be very clear that it is because of me the rest of the existences are there. Okay. Then he says Prakritim Swama Vishtabhya. So he says Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam. So it is all coming from my Prakriti only, the whole Bhutani, everything in the Charachara Srishti, whatever is there, which is there now, which will be there now, which was there earlier, which is living, which is non-living, everything is a part of my Prakriti only. Kalpakshaye punastani kalpado visrijamyaham. So it will just keep coming again and again it will get unmanifested. It will manifest, it will unmanifest. That is the job of the Prakriti and that is how it works. Surya Chandramasau Dhata Yatha Purvamakalpayat. The Vedas very beautifully say, how does the Srishti begin? Who gives this knowledge? Where does it get from? This Surya Chandramasau Dhata Yatha Purvamakalpayat. Whatever was there in the earlier Kalpa is being embedded in the Surya and Chandramas. So when the new Srishti comes, it will all just start manifesting that way. So that plan, the DNA is already sitting there. Again, when it is going to become Kalpakshaye, then it will go off, the whole thing will get embedded back and again in the next Srishti it will come out. So this is an ongoing cycle of the Prakriti, but I am that ever manifested, which is never seen as manifested, and everything is established on it. So this is that knowledge which is that idam guhyatamam shastra. Okay. He says, Prakritim swama vashtabhya visrajami punah punaha bhutagrama mimam kritsnam prakritehe avashat. Vashat prakritehe avasham. So everyone have to follow the rules of Prakriti. That means sattva rajas tamo gunatmika maya asti. Everyone are made up of that. The three gunas together will start working. They will start transforming. They will start moving. Then there will be a stability. Then again there will be a distortion. This will keep on happening. And everything is a part of that. Nachamantani karmani nibadranti dhananjaya. That their actions, the Prakriti's activity cannot nibadhnanti. Badhnanti is bind. Nibadhnanti nikrishtena badhnanti. It cannot bind me at all because it is happening on me. Like whatever my activity cannot bind the light, cannot bind the space in which my activity is going on. Same way, in the Prakriti, whatever is happening cannot bind Purushaha, and that is why he becomes Akarta, Abhokta. There is no karma phala. Okay, right? So Badhranti will not happen, and hence he says Udasin Avadasinam Asaktan Teshu Karmasu, and hence I am just able to do it without feeling morose about it or being without happy about it, because this karma bandha is not at all there for me. It is like just happening, just going on happening. Okay, like for example, you take your house Bai. She is a very good example of Ishvara. She will come, she will do it, she will do. How much ever you shout, she will continue to do the same. How much ever you make her happy also, she will continue to do the same thing. Na badhnati. She is not bound by whatever you say. She will just come, she will do that, she will do it. Over a period of time, you will get adjusted to it. So she is Ishvara, we are Prakriti. If you understand that, you will never scold. Neither you will be very happy about it. She is just doing her work. Okay. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. He says, this Prakriti is just coming and going, Maya adhyakshena. Anena hetuna, there is no other hetu at all for it. There is no objective for it. This Jagat is continuously changing without its very specific objective. Why? Because it has been designed to ever change. The gunas will ever change. So that is just happening. He says, Maya adhyakshana, if my blessing is not there, this will not happen. Because of my blessing, this is continuously happening. Okay, so what he says, I am the substratum on which everything is happening. That whatever is happening doesn't bind me. Neither I control what is happening. Everything is happening as per the design. And yuga after yuga, kalpa after kalpa, this will keep happening. And hence, you also need to do your karma without getting bound to it. Because that is a part of your job. Nothing other than that. Just keep doing it and move ahead. Okay. He says, those people who do not understand me, now he is talking about the mahima of this particular jnana. The jnana is over here. The jnana mahima is going to talk. The people who understand it, people who misunderstand it, people who have wrongly understood it, all those things he is trying to tell. And with different examples. Avajananti mam modha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram moghasha mogha karmanaha moghajnana vicetasaha rakshasi masurin chaiva prakritim mohinim shrutaha महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः भजन्त्यनन्यमनसः ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययम् सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वदाहमहमौषधम् मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यमहमग्निरहं हुतं पिताहमस्य जगतः माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्र पवित्रमोङ्कार ऋक्सामयजुरेव च गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानं निदानं बीजमव्ययम् तपाम्यहमहं वर्षं निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसच्चाहमर्जुन त्रैविद्या मां सोमपाः पूतपापाः यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान् ते तं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालं क्षीणे पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयी धर्ममनुप्रपन्नाः गतागतं कामकामा लभन्ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहं येऽप्यन्यदेवता भक्ताः यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम् अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानां भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च न तु मामभिजानन्ति तत्त्वेनातश्च्यवन्ति ते यान्ति देवव्रता देवान् पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्या यान्ति मद्याजिनोऽपि मां पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम् शुभाशुभफलैरेवं मोक्षसे कर्मबन्धनैः सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेष्योऽस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम् अपि चेत् सुदुराचारः भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग्व्यवसितो हि सः क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्तः प्रणश्यति मां हि पार्थव्यपाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युः पापयोनयः स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्रास्तेऽपि यान्ति परां गतिम् किं पुनर्ब्राह्मणाः पुण्याः भक्ता राजर्षयस्तथा अनित्यमसुखं लोकम् इमं प्राप्य भजस्व मां मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि युक्त्वैवम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः. So completely from this particular shloka, from avajananti mam moodaha 19 up to 34, he is talking about the benefit, the upasana, what should be the focus, and if this focus changes, what is going to happen. Just giving all the details about that. And he makes it, he has included all the different types of people, saying that one has to mature out. Starts from Ishtadevata. So he says there are people, of course, who are Ishtadevata, who focus on Ishtadevata, Eka Rupa, Sarupa, Ishvaraha. Nothing wrong, that is a start. But if you bind me into that, then you are not growing up. Then you are not learning. Then you are not maturing up. Then you will get very badly stuck. Ishtadevata is always a starting step. But being with Ishtadevata only is getting, becoming immature and stagnation. That will bind you in a big way. Because anything which is not as per what you believe for the Ishtadevata, you will not accept it. And instead of becoming more all-encompassing, all-inclusive, you will start segregating. You will start rejecting. And that is actually not right. So, Ishtadevata is one of the important steps. It is a stepping stone to enter. But clinging on to Ishtadevata, only Saguna Ishvara of one Rupa will be a biggest detriment for growth. Okay, that needs to be there on and off whenever you need to install that particular, Shraddha. Get back the Ishtadevata, get the Shraddha, and then expand it further. So he says, those people who just box me into Ishtadevata, avajananti mam moodha manushin tanumashritam. They box me into a body of a human being or any being. Param bhavam ajanantaha. They don't understand my true nature. Mama bhuta maheshwar. That Ishwaratvam of mine, they don't understand. Then by that what will happen? Mogha sha mogha karmanaha. Out of delusion they will start working. Mogha vichetasaha. Wrong knowledge. Rakshasi masurin chaiva. Everything will look very nice. Those people who are there, cutter, ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं किया तो ये problem है, ये होगा. They are actually now restricting Shraddha and Bhakti. Okay, and that is Moghasha Mogha Karmana. Mogha Jnana. So one has to grow up. That is surely needed, but don't ati of anything will be wrong. Okay, so Mahatmanastu, on the other hand, he says those people who have matured out, Daivim Prakriti Mahashritaha, they are completely seeing me in the Prakriti. They are not seeing me into one God. The whole Prakriti is my manifestation and they see me there. Bhajanya Ananya Bhajanti Ananya Manasaha Nyatva Bhutadi Mabhya. Te bhajanti, those people look at me in each and every creation of mine. And that is the basis in the 7th chapter when we started, what is this Ishvara Swarupam? After the Prathama Shatkam, this Ishvara Swarupam has started in a very, very basic way to understand the basic question of who is this creator? Who created this universe? When such questions come, then we look at creation as a product, and if creation is a product, it needs to have two causes: Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, the intellectual cause or the intelligent cause and the material cause. And then slowly the question comes, who is this person who is the intelligent cause? And there comes the answer, it is my Ishta Devata who is the intelligent cause. Then slowly when you are looking at this intelligent cause and you slowly mature out, then the question will come, where did this intelligent cause get this material cause from? Okay. And when this question comes, then because if you do not have that inquiry mind, then you do not belong to a category called human being with an evolved intellect. So there has to be a basic question. Just accepting everything as someone says is not intelligence. It is monkey say, monkey do. Then we are monkeys. Otherwise, including whatever is told by the Shastra, including whatever is told by the teacher, one has to think and one has to have questions coming out of it. Some clarifications are required. Or, if it is very clear, conviction has to come. Whichever way. Then you should be an advocate of that particular concept. But just by saying that because that person said I am doing it, then it is a very unintelligent way of progressing. It is not going to lead. And that is what this Upanishad calls it as Yatha Andhe Niyamana Yathanda. As one blind person shows the way to another blind person, what is going to be the end effect of it? Both will fall in a ditch. This includes our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, where we simply unintelligently, without questioning, without understanding, ape it. And for this example only, the Upanishad has told that Yatha Andhe Niyamana Yathanda. So one has to come out of that, break that shell and start making an inquiry. A proper inquiry without being attached to it. It is not Vitandavada, it is not sacrilege, or it is not something that you are going against, but that is how the inquiry needs to be done for you to grow. And hence he says, Mahatmanaha, those people who have done this inquiry, they understand and they see that I am in the Prakriti. Because from where did the Prakriti come? On inquiry, Yathornanabhasrijate grinnate cha abhinna nimitta upadana parinami karanam eva Ishvaraha. My Ishvaraha, whom I was considering as this Ishta Devata, boxed into one particular idol, actually is the abhinna nimitta upadana karanam parinami karanam. That particular devata has manifested as this complete universe. So then where is he present? Where is he present? If you say that he is present now only in the temple, now you have a problem. Because someone who is manifested as everything, how can you on one hand say that he is manifested as everything and on the other hand say he is only in the temple? That means you are contradicting yourself. So it is like saying, where is air? Air is everywhere. Correct? Can you tell me where there is no air? At least to the space where we can reach out, at all that place, air is there. It's a common, normal human being. I'm not talking of outer space or anything. Let's be very simple to understand this. If air is everywhere, then why do you need a fan? Air is everywhere. Why do you need a fan? Is the fan creating air? You understand? Same way, if Ishvara is everywhere, you need a temple where my mind can focus at that particular Ishvara and see that manifestation of that Ishvara everywhere. So every fan tells that air which is there around everywhere is being manifested and made perceivable to you. They are not creating air, but they are making that available air perceptible to you, because when you change that regulator, more air comes and hits you. Or vice versa. Are we able to understand? So then we should say that if air is everywhere, we don't need fans. The answer is no. You need fans also, but the fans cannot work without air being everywhere. And hence temples cannot be there without Bhagavan being everywhere, because Bhagavan is also in the temple. For my mind which is fickle, I need a place where I can focus my mind on that Ishta Devata, and hence there is a temple there. Are you able to get this? But if you say Bhagavan is only in the temple, then there is a problem. It is like saying air is only in the fan. Can anyone say air is only in the fan? Okay, maybe a 4-year-old child may say that. And that time we will not say no, we will just smile. But when that child becomes 8-year-old and if the child says air is only in the fan, then you will say, what are you talking? Right. Same way, as a introduced, newly started spiritual student, Ishta Devata, perfectly fine. After that, you have to see that Saguna Ishvara's manifestation in everything. Is it clear? That is that knowledge which he is giving in the Dvitiya Shatkam. Okay. So he says, Mahatmanaha who understand me and see me in everything as that core, Ananya Manasaha Bhajanti. They have no, Anya Manasaha, they have nothing else in the mind. Ananya Manasaha, steadfast, focused, everything. So what happens in that? The moment you have this particular mindset, humbleness first comes. Please understand that. Why do you need to see Bhagavan as everywhere? That Moghasha Mogha Karmana will never come by. You will see everything is Bhagavan's Karta Darta. I am only seeing it. Right? The moment we see that I have gone to a restaurant, I have ordered one of the finest dishes, I am going to pay for it, and when it comes, it is not exactly the way you want, that it's really, you are feeling that, oh, it's worth it, thoda upar niche, immediately what do? Moghasha Mogha Karmanaha. Call the person and start blasting. Why? I have paid money for it. I don't expect anything lower than that. But the moment you see the whole situation that this is Bhagavan's manifestation, there have been so many people in the farm, there have been so many people in the distribution channel, there have been so many people involved to get all this together. Then there is a whole set of people who are bringing it to this particular restaurant. Then there are so many people who are there to make this dish and come and give it to you. And There are so many people who have supported for you to get this money to pay for the dish. Will Mogha Sha Mogha Karmana Kam. You would still express the same thing, but in a very, very different way. That ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate will never come. And hence, Ishvara drishti in everything is what is going to make us more and more humble. More and more. That doesn't mean just accept everything blindly as Ishvara drishti. There is someone killing someone, let me close my eyes. Bhagavan only is killing, Bhagavan is only being killed. No. That is wrong. Please understand it in the right perspective. Okay. So, as we go, we will see, because the 10th chapter is going to unfold more of these. Right? Then, he says, Satatang kirtayanto mam. So, they see my glory at all moment. There is no one moment when they don't see this glory. That means their antenna is always tuned to see my glory in everything, in every situation. They will continue to do what they want, but everything is the glory. So there is nothing called I like it, I love it, I don't like it, everything is prasadam. Yatantascha dridha vrataha. This is a very big vrata they are taking. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. That is the upasana they have. So it is not just sitting and closing the eyes for 1 hour and seeing Bhagavan. No. 24/7, that becomes my way to see everything as Bhagavan only. Everything. Okay. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena prathatvena. Those people who are completely, who are jnanis, they are beyond that also. Ekatvena prathatvena bahuda vishwato. So the ekatvena prathatvena are those people who are Ishtadevata. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate are jnanis. So ekatvena Ishtadevata bahuda vishwato mukam is seeing me in everything, and jnana yajnena is seeing that only I am there, the rest everything is mithya. All the three has put in this. Mam upasate. For all the types of people, we have to understand it, and one has to mature and go to the other one. Okay. To give that as an example, like what he said, Brahmarpanam Brahma Havi, Brahmagno Brahmana Hutam, he says, Aham Kraturaham Yajnaha Swadahamaham Aushadam Mantrohamahame Vajyam Ahamagniraham Hutam. I am only everything. करता धरता करने वाला भोगने वाला सब में ही है. That is why in the 11th chapter he will say nimitta matram bahu sabya sachin. Hey sabya sachin, you are nimitta matram. You are only the remote and I control you. Okay. Pita, now the question comes, if you are everyone, from where did you come? So now inquiry is on. The moment you say Bhagavan only is everything, okay, from where did this Bhagavan come? For that also he gives an answer. Pita hamasya jagata. I am the grandfather also. I am not only me, I am my mother and father, and I am only my grandfather. That means there is no one above me. Okay. Why? I never come or go. I never die. But to make you understand, it is put in a format that I am my father, I am my mother, I am my grandfather. None of them are actually there. It is only me in everything. Okay. Vedyam pavitra omkaraha riksamaya jurevacha. I am that omkara, the first manifested, which all the riksama yajuhu, trividya, they are clearly telling I am that. Yes, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Sugrat Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. So that cycle is now showing. I just become that one small thing and then I expand, and again in Pralaya I contract fully. That Bijam Avyayam, I am indestructible. keep on coming, going, keep on blessing. I don't change. Prakriti is expanding and contracting, I remaining the same. That is how we have to see. But because we don't see me separate and Prakriti separate, you see the both one expanding, both one contracting, both expanding. Like Bhagavan also as an object, now we are trying to being, it's portrayed that way. But the real meaning is Bhagavan being where it is, Prakriti is expanding, Prakriti is contracting. Okay. Tapam myahamaham varsham. Now he starts giving vibhuti. Aham tapami, aham varsham nigrihnami, aham utsrijami. I make the sun. Bhishas madvatah pavate, bhishodeti suryaha, bhishas madagnischendrascha, mrityurdhavati panchama iti. Bhisha is fear. Bhisha also means that, what do you call, the plan, the design, the SOP, the formula, the, your people in IT, they write the program. So when you run the program, from the start to the end, you get an output. Any error in between, it will not come to the output. They have to check the program and remove the errors of. Okay, all your apps are working that way. You put one number somewhere, how do you get a response? It is passing through a lot of that programming steps, and then the final answer is coming out. Same way, the sun's movement is my program. That program is called Bhisha. The air moving is my Bhisha. Bhishas madvatah pavate. That is what he says. Tapami aham varshaha nigrihnami utsrijami aham. It's all happening because of this plan which is already there. That master plan is in place. I don't write it or anything, it is there. Amritam chaiva mrityuscha. I don't have a birth, I don't have a death. Sadasat chaham Arjuna. Sadasat. I am always ever existing. Says people who have learned the three vidyas, Rigyajusamaha, Traividyamam Somapah Putapapaha Yajnerištva Swargatim Prartayante. Why did they learn it? For doing what? They are all mediocres. The people who have learned all this Vaidika karmas and they are doing all this, they are all mediocres. Why? They don't want Brahmajnana. They want only to go up to Swarga. Enjoy, maja karo. But they have forgotten. Te punyamasadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan. Very good. Enjoy. After that what? Te tam bhuktva swarga lokam vishalam kshine punye. Over. Jnanam is not like that. It will never go. Punyam will go. So, kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. They will come back. They are also into the same cycle. Evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna. Those people who are beyond this and understand that Rigyajusamaha is that, because very beautifully the Vedas tell it. But those people who are stuck in the karma kanda of the Vedas will have this problem. Who look at the jnana kanda of the Vedas will not have this problem. Because they are doing upasana samuchaya karma. They are doing an upasana along with karma. Ishvara upasana is there with karma, and hence for them it is going to be already what he has told in the 8th chapter. Shanmasa uttarayanam. Okay, you will have Shuklagati. Those people who just do karma, they will have Krishna Gati. And that is what he is again trying to tell. Those people who do the upasana and with that they get the jnanam, what is told in the Shastras, what is told in the Vedas. See, Richassamani yajugumshi Sahishri Ramrita Satam. Richaha Samani Yajugumshi. the three Vedas. Sa, Vedas are striling. Veda is a striling word. That is why Sa. He is an emphasis. He is not English he. He in Sanskrit is an emphasis. It is only that and nothing else. Amrita Satam, which doesn't have any perishability. Satam Amritam. Sahishri Ramrita Satam. So if there is something which is unperishable in this particular knowledge stream, can it be the Karma Kanda or should it be the Jnana Kanda? So Jnana Kanda is also very beautifully given. And that Jnana Kanda, Brahman and everything is fully, very clearly given. That is where the Upanishads are. So those people who have already matured out of karma and then gone into upasana, with karma they have got sadhana adhikara chatushtayam, and with upasana they have got a focused mind which has got deep focus, going sukshmat sukshmataram, at the same time that mind which can go and broaden. So it can focus, also it can go broaden. Both Vishalata, Chitta Vishalata and Chitta focus. When these two are attained from Upasana, keeping Bhagavan as the object, they are ready for Jnana Kanda, which the Upanishads are giving. And once they have done Nididhyasana of these Upanishads, those people are the ones who are already Jnanis. Clear? So those people, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janah Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Lokakshemam Pahamyam. Those people with Ananya Manasaha who are completely submitted to me, I take care of their yoga kshema. They don't have to bother at all. If you are thinking that I am the doer and Bhagavan needs to bless, he is turning the table and saying that you are sitting on my hand, my lap, and telling that I need to bless. I am holding you. There is a question of blessing you. I am holding everything. Okay. What you see as your karma phala is what I am showing you as what you are supposed to see. Are you able to get that? So in one way, as much as karma is important, accepting the karma phala is also very, very important. As Prasada Bhavana. He says, those people who are wavered, ye pyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha, if they have boxed me into one devata and still doing it, through that devata also I will bless them. But they should have shraddha. It should not be moghasha mogha karmanaha. They should at least accept that that devata is doing it. Through that devata I will ensure that everything is happening. He says, that is why aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natumam abhijananti tattvetanascha vantite. They fall down. They are like robbers. They are like thieves who do not understand that I am the doer, I am the giver, I am the enjoyer. Okay. Yanti devavratan devan pitranyanti pitravrataha. So those people who are doing different yajnas, he is expressing. For all those people, through that Ishta Devata, I am giving, I am the giver. Right? For example, yesterday how Devendra Fadnavis said, everything is because of Modi ji. Modi ji to idhar aake kuch nahi kiya. समझ में आ रहा है? Exactly like that. You do everything. After that, whatever is the result, you glorify the God. It is because of God's glory everything is happening. And that is the truth. If everyone sees that, there is always a reflected image is what we are giving. There is a backup on which we are standing and doing, and that backup is working. If that backup is not there, there is no meaning to this effort. Okay. Now, he says, for all the people who want to look at this front end and do, you have all the SOPs. But who are just going to look at the backup, you have no worries. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Who see me in the true sense, for them there is nothing required. Even if you see me in the thought, if you understand it and the thought itself is good, then some actions you can do with whatever is just available in front of you. Patram pushpam phalam toyam me bhaktya prayachati. Says, leave that also. उसको भी छोड़ो. तुमको पत्रम नहीं मिला, पुष्पम नहीं मिला, कुछ नहीं मिला. I am okay with it. I am not expecting anything from you. Then what is the right mindset you should have? Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat. In any karma, whatever you are doing, yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, what you are eating, yad juhoshi, whatever you are praying towards, yad dadasi, whatever dhanam or whatever you are giving, yat tapasyasi, whatever tapas you are doing, tat kurushva mad arpanam. Submit it to me, and that's it. Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmanava prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. In two sense. So every moment of my life, every action of my life, every thought of my life, it is a submitted one and not mine. The moment this happens, what happens to your individuality and ego? It is gone. It doesn't exist. Jnanam is automatically there. There is nothing else which is jnanam. Right? Ahaminashabha. That ahami should go, that is jnanam. And this is a very practical, a very, very 100% practical way which any person without any knowledge, without any education, even a person who is dumb, deaf, blind, doesn't have limbs, can do it. So far as there is a brain and that brain is active. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi, kaunteya, tat kurushvam mat arpanam. Okay. Shubha phalairevam mokshase karma bandhanaihi. Because whatever is coming out of this karma, Shubha and Ashubha phalam, both are going to bind you. Okay. Sannyasa yoga yuktatma vibhukto mam upaishyasi. That person will, the moment he has submitted, na mama, that is why in all the homa you have that asvikarana mantra. Agnaye swaha, agnaya idan na mama. Somaya swaha, somaya idan na mama. Why should that be there? Because in every action there also it has been taught in Karma Kanda that you have to submit it. You have to submit it. Okay. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyasti na priyaha na ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayite teshu chapyaham. Now he says, for it is a general public. In general, how do you be with others? Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Don't have this party business, association business. मेरा अच्छा लग रहा है, ये मेरे को बुरा लग रहा है, I can't stand this person, I can't sit this person, I love this person. नहीं. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Be that equanimous way to be. Name dveshyasti na priya. No one I hate, no one I love. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. In that way, if you are coming and submitting, mayite teshu chapi aham. I am you and you are me. He further goes and gives extreme examples, because there will be some people who will say, these are all, sir, क्या पता कौन सा जन्म में आएगा. अभी तो ये सुन के बहुत थियोरेटिकल लग रहा है. This is no. Api chetsu duracharaha. Those people who have committed such crimes that cannot be pardoned, if they also bhajate mam ananya bhag, if they submit to me, not for the crime, that means they have changed. They have completely re-engineered themselves internally and completely changed from what crime they have done to what durachara person. He has become a sadachara person. Sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. People will, he will become a sadhu and he will be very much accepted. Look at Valmiki. Valmiki's example. What changed his mind? The Saptarishis asked him, go and ask your wife and son, will they accept your karma phala? Because he said, I am doing it for my family. And the moment he asked that, there is where Satyam comes. Very, very truthfully he asked, very innocently he asked. He says, wife said, sorry, this is your duty to take care of us. How you bring it is your problem. We are not sabhagi to that. If you do it in the right way, you have done it, it's yours. If you do it in the wrong way, it is yours. But taking care of us is your duty. So whatever comes, we are going to just accept it. We are not a party to how you got it. So we are not a party to it. And the moment he heard this Satyam, he said, I have to stop this. And that is where there is a full transformation of him to Valmiki. That thief got converted by this tapas into Valmiki. Valmika is an anthill. So he was completely covered by a Valmika by tapasya, and then one day the anthill he broke and came out, and hence his name, it's a title given to him as Valmiki. He became a Maharshi. Many of these, Vishwamitra, Vasishta, they were all Rajas. They became Rajarishi, Devarishi, then Brahmarishi. So it is a slow of upgradation and maturing oneself. So apichetsu duracharaha. Even in Buddhism you would have heard of the story called Angulimala. Person who was a very big person, he used to kill people in the jungle, cut their small finger and make a mala dalke. Angulimala his name was. And he came across with Buddha. And Buddha asked him, immediately change the person. So when the truth strikes, and if there is genuinity, instantaneously that person can completely get changed. Because he was truthful and very passionate in a wrong direction. The moment the direction changes, the passion continues to be there and he will excel in that. Okay. So giving such an example that don't give excuses, start right now. Apichetsu durachara. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Shashvachantin nigacchati. Kaunteyaha pratijanihi. You please understand. Name bhakta pranashyati. I cannot leave this bhakta. I will be with him if he is a true bhakta. Kshipram bhavati. It will just happen very fast. It all depends in how much you are having Shraddha. Yatrava ekagrataha. So there is a story on this of during Adi Shankaracharya's time, he was in Kashi, and he was on one side of the Gangaji, and on the other side there was another person who was waiting to meet his Guru. So the moment he saw Adi Shankara on the other side, he did not bother that there is the Ganges flowing around. With Shraddha he started running towards Adi Shankara. And looking at his Shraddha and Bhakti, Gangaji placed a lotus below the leg wherever he placed the feet his feet onto the Gangaji. And that is why when he went running, he did not see lotus was there. But Adi Shankara could see that wherever he is running, there is a lotus below that. And when he came there, he gave him the name Padmapada. His name was Padmapada, and he is the first Shishya of Adi Shankara. Now the background of Padmapada is he was from the Ahobila Kshetra, and he was an ardent devotee of Narasimha Swami. Okay. He was again, this was at the age of 12 when Adi Shankara was there at Banaras, and this boy was also around 9, 10 or 8 years old or 12 years old, same age. So right from childhood, his earnest desire to attain Narasimha Swami was so high that he used to be in jungles wandering anywhere that I want my Bhagavan's darshanam. So one day when he was wandering into one of these deep jungles, one of these local tribal person, he met him. He asked, young boy, where are you going in this deep jungle? There will be any of these wild animals who will, gulp you off. He says, no, I am searching Narasimha Swami. I am searching Narasimha, he said. I said, Narasimha? I know every Simha, I know every tiger in this particular jungle. Tell me, I will bring that Simha to you. This boy was thinking, what? I am talking of something else. This person does not even understand what he is talking. I am talking of Bhagavan Narasimha. He is talking of some tiger and lion which is there in this jungle. Anyway, he says, no, nothing, I am just going, leave it. He says, no, you tell me what, you tell me how this Simha is. I will get it for you. You sit here only. There is a safe place, you sit here. By evening, I will come and get it. Anyway, the boy was wandering in the jungle, he did not bother about it. He said, okay, I will sit here and let me do dhyanam. And he says, yeah, it is a tiger, it is a Simha, it is a lion, you go and find out. I gave some, so this tribal person hunter started searching. Hey Narasimha, where are you? Where are you? And his Shraddha was so deep, deeper than this boy. By evening, Bhagavan came in a form, says, hey, I am here. And this person could see. He says, my God, I was searching for you from the morning. This boy is waiting. Come with me. And he started pulling that Simha and bringing to this boy. He comes in front of the boy and says, look at here. I bought here Narasimha. This boy cannot see anything. He says, Are, see, I bought. He says, what are you talking about it? He says, no, I bought, see. And with that arrow, he just poked the Simha. And from there was a sound. Sound came. This boy was shocked. He says, Bhagavan, why you are not visible to me? You are visible to this person who doesn't even know you. This morning I told, and Bhagavan says, Yatrava ekagrataha. That ekagrata mana, this person had, which you don't have still. Still time is there. You will get a guru. Go to Kashi, you will get a guru. Then only all these things will happen. Right now I have given him darshana. I will give you later on. So that Yatrava ekagrata comes when he sees Adi Shankara. That ekagrata, that is why he became Padmapada there. So that part of Ananya Bhat, that single-minded approach, Bhagavan says, I will never leave that person. Yogakshemam Mahamyam, it is my written promise that I will take care of you. Okay. He says, this people, Kshipram bhavati dharma atma shashvat shantin nigacchati. Shantin nigacchati. Name bhakta pranashyati. I will not allow this bhakta to perish. It is my responsibility. Says, Mam hi partha vyapashrityaha yepi syuhu papayonayah. In case for some karma dosha vashat, because of some of your karmas being fructifying, you do not get the right setup, you do not get the right setup, still that should not deter you. I will ensure that that will take care. Because he says, Striyo Vaishyas Tata Shudras Tepi Yanti Parangatim. Even they can get it. Kimpunar Brahmana Punya Bhakta Rajarsha Yastata Anityamasukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajaswamam. Yes. Earlier in Yoga Bhrashta he said, Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe. In Yoga Bhrashta he had told that in the next Janma you will get in a place Shuchinam Shrimatam Gehe, you will get a birth. I will ensure that you will get the, your Karma Bhala will fructify that. If Yoga Bhrashta is there. Same way, in case you feel that because your setup is inferior, that is not allowing full fructification of your current Shraddha, leave it to me. Leave it to me. That is my responsibility. That will be taken care. Manmana bhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktatvam atmanam matparayanaha. He says, you dedicate to me, rest everything you forget it. So then fill it, shut it, forget it. Same way, fill it with Shraddha, shut it, let nothing else come, and then forget it. Bhagavan's job is to fructify it. Okay, and like that he completes the 9th chapter. Having completed this 9th chapter, which is the Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, correct? He gives this Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga of the true nature of Bhagavan, which is different than what he gave, the different view of what he gave in the 7th chapter. 7th chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And what is the difference between 7th chapter and the 9th chapter? The 7th chapter he says, to start with, understand that Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, Bhagavan is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. But in the 9th chapter he says, look at the same thing as different thing. Adhyaropa Apavada. I the substratum and rest everything on the top. Focus on the substratum and leave the rest. The rest will keep coming and going as karma, karma phala, situation, setup. It will just keep on changing. Be with it and don't bother. But ananya manasaha, focus on the substratum. So, apavada of the setup, because it is adhyaropita on the substratum. Are you able to get this? Me that Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, who has got expressed as this complete universe, is embedded in every part of the universe, and you will be, unless you are able to see my presence in every part of the universe, you have not understood me. So, Bhagavan now is going to, from the theory, he is going to give an explanation to Arjuna. What is this that Ekoham Bahusyamaha, from one I have become many. I am now in every part of the universe. What does that mean? Okay, and that is where this Vibhuti Yoga comes, because that me, if you are not able to see it through that setup, he says, Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat. See my Vibhuti in every moment in your life, in everything. That means consider the setup to be real for the time being. Consider the setup to be real for the time being, and it is my manifestation through everything in the setup is my Vibhuti. Okay. What is Bhuti? What is Bhuti? which is the sum and substance. Visheshena bhuti, that which is the sum and substance or the remnant or that juice or the satta is the vibhuti. That is why we say whatever is not further destructible is vibhuti. That which is not perishable is vibhuti. Do you understand? How do we call vibhuti now? If Bhagavan is there and Prakriti is there, Prakriti comes and goes. Ishvara is the vibhuti or not? Because it is indestructible. So anything you take and you burn it, what remains? That which is not destructible further. And hence, we call vibhuti as that ash which is not further destructible. That means it is permanent. Do you see how that word vibhuti is coming for that ash? The meaning of that vibhuti word as that which is that substratum on which everything else was there on the top. You take a yaga kunda and you put so many things. Tons and tons you may put. Finally you will get this vibhuti only. That which is not further destructible or perishable. And that is a vibhuti. Because on that only the whole thing is standing. So it symbolifies Ishvara. Are you able to get that? And with that basis he starts. We will read few shlokas and then we will continue with Vibhuti Yoga. अथ दशमोऽध्यायः श्री भगवानुवाच भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया न मे विदुः सुरगणाः प्रभवन्न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः यो मामजमनादिं च वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढः समर्थ्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते बुद्धिर्ज्ञानमसम्मोहः क्षमा सत्यन्दमः शमः सुखं दुःखं भवो भावः भयं च भयमेव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिः तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधाः महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाताः येषां लोक इमाः प्रजाः एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकम्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवः मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावसमन्विताः मच्चित्ता मद्गतः प्राणाः बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगन्तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजन्तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वत. अर्जुन उवाच. So Bhagavan continues his Yajavidya Rajaguhyam straight into Vibhuti Yoga without Arjuna asking the question. Please understand. although the chapter closes, the next continuation is Bhagavanu Vacha only. The earlier was Bhagavanu Vacha only. It is continuing with Bhagavanu Vacha. The chapter is only separated. So he continues to give that, it moves into Vibhuti Yoga very clearly. And he says, Bhuya eva mahabaho shrunume paramam vacha. Starting from that up to the shloka number 11, he continues to give, because now he feels he has to give an explanation about this, because it's very theoretical and Arjuna may not understand it clearly. So he says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam, in the 10th shloka, second line when you see, Aham buddhi yogam tam dadami. I will give you the intellect or the knowledge to understand this yoga. Ye namam upayantite. So, to give this knowledge ahead, starting from the 19th shloka up to the end of the chapter, which is the 42nd shloka, he is given a basis from the second shloka up to the 10th shloka. That provokes a question in Arjuna. That questions are asked from the 12th shloka to the 18th shloka. And then Bhagavan starts giving the answer. So this shloka from 1 to 11 is a continuity of that, where he introduces Vibhuti Yoga. But you know, as normally as what we do, a good teacher is there, they will always ensure that the student is very keen. Like I have got only one student who is very keen, who has kept the video open and to clearly looking, and I am also looking only at her, so that I don't get deviated and I don't feel hatash कि भाई कोई देख नहीं रहा है, कोई सुनने क्या कर रहे हैं मालूम नहीं है. So 1 to 1, Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna, we have started. Okay. But in between we need to keep that moral. है क्या आप लोग? Is everything? Are you able to understand? समझ में आ रहा है क्या? कि भाई ऑलरेडी आप सो गए क्या? ये सब बीच में पूछना पड़ता है. And that same tactic from Krishna, what we have learned, we use it. So Krishna uses that very nicely. He says, He Mahabaho, Bhuya eva Mahabaho, Bhuya eva Mahabaho, Shruno me paramam vachaha, Shruno me paramam vachaha, Yatte ham priyamanaya, Yatte ham priyamanaya, Vakshyami hita kamyaya, Vakshyami hita kamyaya. Okay, when there is a lot of theory going on, in between you have to touch some practical part. नहीं तो अर्जुना बोलेगा मैं क्या बोल के आया था इधर, कृष्णा कुछ तो बोलते जा रहा है. Something is talking Brahman and all that. Here in between the warfield we are standing here, he is talking क्या चीज बात कर रहा है. So somewhere that connectivity has to be brought back. So Bhuya eva Mahabaho, He Mahabaho, Tvam Shrunu Me Paramam Vachaha Yad Te Aham Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakamyaya. Okay. He Mahabaho Me Paramam Vachaha Vakshyami Te Hitakamyaya Yat Aham Priyamanaya Bhuya eva. Okay. Says, He Mahabaho, Sambodhana. Oh Mahabaho. So why did he call him Mahabaho? You know what is Mahabahu? Who is a Mahabahu? A strong person, very physical, strong, arms, ekdam, macho. He is a fighter. He needs to be fit. He needs to be Mahabahu. And obviously he has won so many battles. So he is a Mahabahu. That way also he is a Mahabahu. Okay. So he says, Hey Mahabaho. Now he called him Mahabahu. And whenever Krishna gives a sambodhana like that, that line is linked to that particular adjective what he gives. He does not give suddenly some name. There is a connection between the line when he gives such names. Okay. Same way when Arjuna also says, Hey Varshneya, Hey Rishikesha, there is a clear connection to that particular verse. Like that sambodhana they will give. Okay. He says, Hey Mahabaho, that person who is physically macho, who is really full of strength. What? Bodily strength. Okay. Indirectly, what is lacking? For this Mahabahu, what is lacking? Mental strength is lacking. Are you able to get this? So he calls him Mahabahu to tell that you are a Mahabahu, but internally you are broken. You need to build up that internal strength. Okay. Shrunu me paramam vacha. I am going to tell you one of the very important things. You better listen carefully. I am going to tell you something because Rajavidya Rajagukhyam he has told. He says, now I am going to tell you something which is of real importance. They are not Gupta, but they are of focus. And you need it. Why? You are only master of this body, but you are slave of your mind. You need to become master of your mind. Okay. Why I am saying? Aham Priyamanaya. You are the most beloved to me. I love you the most. You are very dear to me. You are the intelligent person who understands what I am saying and you question from that. If you don't understand, you ask. So you are dear to me and I am going to give you more information now. You better listen to it carefully. Okay. What am I going to tell you? Aham Vakshyami. I am going to tell you what? Not which movie is going to come now. Hitakamyaya. Something which is going to be of your Hitakamyaya. What is Kamyaya? Desire. Kamyaya. Tritiya Ekavachanam. Hitakamyaya. That which is desirable and which is good for you. You may not like it, but that is good for you. See, especially when the parents will give children some of these kadas and some of these, they are hitakamyaya. Children may not like it, but it is good for them, for their betterment. Like that, I am going to tell you, paramam vachaha me vakshyami, aham vakshyami, te hitakamyaya, tvam shrunu. Is it clear? You better hear it. You better listen to it. Okay. So, he starts with a very clear message that, on the other way around, as I said that I am only looking at one person, suddenly 5 more windows open. So like that, something has to be told to see whether that person is sleeping, genuinely hearing, क्या कर रहा है. तो बीच बीच में ऐसा बोलते हैं. तो शुरुआत ऐसा कर दिया कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए बोलने वाला हूँ. It's only specially for you, and it is for your goodwill. Why? You are my dearest. Correct? So only you students are my dearest. So you come for the class very regularly. Even after 2 months, you did not forget the link. You came to the class. So hitakamyaya, I am going to tell you. Okay. Then he starts the what he wants to tell. So after opening statement, he starts very clearly. Na me vidussura ganaha, na me vidussura ganaha, prabhavanna maharshayaha, prabhavanna maharshayaha, ahamadirhi devanam, ahamadirhi devanam, maharshīṇāṃ sarvashah, maharshīṇāṃ sarvashah. Na me viduhu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayah aham adihi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Suraganaha maharshayah me prabhavam na viduhu. Okay. Suraganaha cha maharshayah me prabhavam na viduhu. So two na have come. So you can put suraganaha me prabhavam na viduhu, maharshayah cha me prabhavam na viduhu. Okay. Why? Aham devanam maharshīṇāṃ cha sarvashah adihi. He says suraganaha. What is sura? Opposite of asura. If devas are sura, who are we? We are manushya, not asura. Okay. So when he says suraganaha, it means surascha, manushyascha. Okay, both. Suraganaha, manushyaganaha, prabhavam. What is prabhava? Prabhu, prabhavam, prabhutvam. My overlordship. Okay, my overlordship. Na viduhu, they do not know it. Even the gods do not know my overlordship. Are you able to understand this? Okay. Na maharshayah me prabhavam na viduhu. Even maharshis do not know my complete overlordship. He is not even considering all the other than manushyas. Asura, Kimi, Krita, all that are out. Chatushpada and all is out. Starts with Dvipada. In Dvipada, the people who do not have Shraddha, who have Astikas or Nastikas are all left out. Leave them. But among the Astikas in Manushyas, and of course the Devas, then the Rishis, he says none of them really know my true overlordship. It's a very bold statement which is made. Okay. One question will come. Suraganas don't, even the Devas don't understand me. ऐसा कैसा? Manushyas I understand. Rishi is also ठीक है भाई, हमारे से थोड़ा better है, but Devas are supposed to be, because they are Devas. Yes or no? He says they also don't know me. They don't know my true nature. Very clear. And he gives a logic for it. Aham Devanam Rishinam cha Sarvashaha Adihi. I am the foremost or the first among all these people, or I am the base for all them. I am the substratum for all the devas, all the rishis, all the manushyas, for everything. These category of people at least have an intellect to know that, find out the cause and effect. The others don't have the intellect even to find out the cause and effect. So I am leaving them. But those who can find out the cause and effect, because being the effect can never understand the cause. Please understand that. That's the rule. Okay, that's the rule. So devas will not understand me because they are because of me. They are the effect. Manushyas are because of me. Rishis are because of me. They are limited. How can finite limited know the infinite? It is impossible. How can finite, can you say finite will keep on add and become infinite one day? It is not possible. Because whatever you are adding is finite. And finite getting added to finite will remain finite, will never become infinite. Now if I say I will add infinite, that concept itself is wrong, because there is nothing called infinite which you know. Because the moment you know, it is finite. Are you able to understand? Arithmetically it is very easy to understand. Mathematical problem, it is a very easy way to understand. Same way, everyone who knows me, either through the Shastras or the Guru or the Upasana or this, they know not 100% of me, because only I know what this 100% is. They may know up to 99%, but they will not know this 100%. Okay? And they need not know. So he is sitting out of a position so that Arjuna will not challenge it. That authentic position he is sitting, he is establishing it. Says it will not happen. Because he said the same thing in the 4th chapter. What did he say in the 4th chapter? Anyone remembers? In the 4th chapter he made such a statement. Anyone wants to attempt? Anyway, don't break the head, I will tell you. Started with Imam Vivaswate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam. I gave it. Started that way. Imam Vivaswate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. Aham Proktavan. I gave this knowledge to the son. Later on he says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna. Shri Bhagavan Vaja, number 5. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani Natvam Vetta Parantapa. I and you both have taken janmas after janmas. I remember every part of my janma. You do not remember even yesterday what you had eaten. Correct, na? So, how can anyone who is not this person know everything about that person? It's impossible. And the same basis he is putting here. Name vidussuraganaha prabhavanna maharshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshinancha sarvasha. Sarvashaha Maharshinam Devanam Aham Adihi. I am the substratum of it. They can never be able to see the substratum fully. They may see, they may try to understand a glimpse, they may know maximum also, but they cannot see it everything. Simple, you as an effect, go to any cause of yours, and unless you are the cause of it, you will not know everything of it. Anything in your life, if you are seeing as an effect, you only make certain assumptions about the cause. You will never know it fully. Correct? Because that cause is already converted to effect, which is you. You cannot go back with time. It's impossible. And there is only one aspect of that cause effect. All the causes, all the effects, everything put together is what he is referring to. That is why it is infinite. Are you able to get this? So he is making a very, very clear statement that Arjuna should not get confused, that he has to just accept it because it is nothing but truth. Challenging this becomes a fool's proposal. It doesn't make sense to challenge it at all. There is no need to challenge it because it is Param Satya. That is why he said, Paramam Vachaha, I am telling the highest truth. And hence, he says, whatever you have heard from others will not be complete. What I am going to tell you is complete because only I know the complete. Is it clear? Yoma majamanadincha vetti lokamaheshwaram asammudha-samartyeshu sarvapapaih pramuchyate yaha mam ajam anadim cha vetti lokam loka maheshwaram, one word, vetti loka maheshwaram. Okay, asammudha sa martyeshu sarvapapaihi pramuchyate. Okay, he is now giving a reasoning. One is he has established a fact earlier, now he is giving a logical reasoning. Okay, very clearly giving a logical reasoning now. So, this part we will start and continue in the next class. Okay, we will start with the third shloka. We've already, it took some time today for bringing you all from the 9th chapter to the 10th chapter, revising it and getting the connectivity. Otherwise it would have been very abrupt. At least if I would have been the student for 1 hour, I would have been just lost, not knowing where, what is being started, why it is all that. So I tried to connect that. Doesn't matter. It is important that we understand and not just tick and complete shlokas. So we've done 2 shlokas which is just giving the background, and now getting into it with the proper logic. The 3rd, 4th and all will go ahead that way because it is Paramam Vachaha which is going to do. So we'll continue with the 3rd shloka in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, sir.
Yeah.
Hari Om, sir.